So, hello and thank you for your interest in this proposal. Um, if you didn't know, this was the topic of discussion during my recent interview for the position of board member for Eastlight. Although this stream here accompanies that, and it's much longer and goes into far more detail. So, yeah, obviously I encourage you to look at this. So my goal, if appointed, would be to get as many tenants involved in the Eastlight community. I have no clue how many tenants are involved in the wider community, but I'll be aiming to add at least 50 active participants in the first year after the system's been built. So what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean just getting 50 people to come along, join, make one post and disappear, never to be seen again. It means getting 50 people to stick around and make multiple postings, excuse me, and that these 50 people are still with us after a year, actively participating in the community. So before I kick off with the presentation, we'll be using online software to create our community. I've created a demo that is open for you to register and test the functionality. So when I'm finished, you'll be able to register and ask questions. So obviously we want to get people to come to the community, but stage 2 is turning tenants into fans. I love the buzzword inclusion that you use because it explains perfectly what we should be aiming for, including tenants within the Eastlight family. But feel a sense of belonging to something truly amazing. So how far do we go when including tenants? I mean, ultimately, they should be actively involved in shaping the direction Eastlight take. But how far do we go in this? It's easy to say and hard to do. So my plan basically is threefold. So using the analogy of a conveyor belt, we'll be getting like inexperienced tenants joining, because they'll be the ones who want to ask questions about like what to do under certain circumstances, and through the community creating the experienced tenants, give them a role within the online community, and then increase their level of experience. So in the beginning, it'll just be posting questions and answers, and then we'll move on to online streaming, which we'll talk about a little bit more later on, and then we'll go into meeting people on one-to-one, or no, not one-to-one, community meetups. Yeah, so more engagement. The demo is time limited. It ends on the 19th of September, although I was promised when I first got this started that they'll extend it a little bit longer for us, just so as all of you get the opportunity to have a look and see what we can do. There's also a video that gives you well, there's more than that. There's more. So this is the blog section of the community, and if you come in here, there's like I'm going to be posting more and more videos. So I don't think you have to join to look at the blog. Let's have a quick look. Obviously, this can be set up to. Yeah, you can. Brilliant. Yeah, so you don't even have to join if you don't want to. You can just come to this web address here, and I don't know how to zoom in for you, so you'll have to. So it's actually Z331895.envisionservice.com, and that'll take you to this live website. Go to the blog, and then by the time you get to view this, because the date is the 27th of August. By the time you get to come along, this will have more videos in it. Yeah. Anyway, moving on with the presentation. Yeah, so there's various like videos that will give you a flavour of what to expect and what I'm wanting to do with this. So social impact. We need to have a greater understanding of our social impact, which results in healthier and happier tenants. It also provides an amazing opportunity to gather information about our tenants, their interests, worries, what they like and hate about us, and a lot, loads more. The community software that I'm proposing we use is called Envision. It has the ability to build a large-scale customer platform which can be used to provide support and enable tenants to become more involved with eSlight. In the beginning, this might just be to ask questions about what to do, but while the idea is community based, I'm of the opinion that to some degree we can develop a self-help culture where more tenants can provide assistance. Sorry, where more experienced tenants can provide assistance and so lessen the load, even if it's just a little bit, on eSlight's current support framework. I mean, I don't know how many customers you get ringing up asking the same question over and over. I mean, we'll have that question in here somewhere eventually. So membership is permission based with 4 types of users. We have administrators, moderators, supervisors, and members. And obviously there's guests as well, but they're not actually part of the membership. The software is managed by administrators who have full access to the front and back, who can then, perhaps visit once a day to check customers aren't, rioting or engaging in any bad behaviour. Committee members and tenants that have earned trust act as moderators, modifying content that breaks the rules and answering questions. So my goal will be for the community to run itself with very little intervention from eSlight. So a soft touch approach, which would require maybe like one hour a day to manage and police. And obviously I'm happy to do this as well. So the features, community software is relatively low cost and very easy to manage, and you should you'll probably be surprised how little it does cost. Excuse me, my mouth's like bone dry. Need a quick drink. So I'm live streaming at the minute. Let's go back to, yeah, that's good. Yeah, you'll be surprised how little this is actually going to cost. Obviously, I've set it all up prior to the community going live, and apart from advice and directives from the board and committee, senior management, etc., this is a project I can competently complete on my own, in the beginning at least. Feedback from other professionals within Eastlight will be crucial to the community's success. I can also provide training and encourage people to join and use it. And obviously, we can signpost new tenants. I'll also be including basic training on how to use the community and other topics. For example, for more important issues, provide phone numbers for support and serious issues. They'll be above, like the actual forums. We go into the forum and we see here, this box here at the top here, we'll have one of those above every, there we go, let's do this one. There'll be a little box above that, above here, that says words to the effect of, this is, for advice, in emergencies, please contact, etc. And there'll also be like a little link to the rules, because obviously we want to keep things civil. I've created a custom homepage that provides a broad overview of what's included, though at the moment the content is a little sparse in this demo. But over time, this will include lots of topics, articles, and member blog posts. Now, if we go, you can click on on Eastlight's logo, and you can see this isn't what I envisage it to be. I'll go into this in more detail, but the demo doesn't allow for any modification of the system files. So this is what it looks like at base, but it doesn't actually include everything I want included. So, for example, if we go to Eastlight's website, it doesn't include our header. That will be included when we get the files, and it doesn't include the footer either. So basically, when it's complete, it will look like it fits in to your main website and include all the branding properly. So obviously it features include the forum, which I just showed you, used to ask questions, start discussions, and ask for tenant feedback, and also offer them the opportunity to like give us ideas on how we can improve not just the community but Eastlight as well. Member blogs, you know, the same. We can get tenants to create blog posts talking about their time as a tenant and other valuable like topics. Events. I'm not sure it shows it everywhere, but when you're not logged in, you see this would be like, it shows like the coffee morning on there. So if we select the coffee morning, it takes us to you know, the actual event. Courses. Oh, sorry, it's not on this bit. Let's see this bit. So go to courses. It's not in there yet, but basically there'll be a small video there on how to get started using the community. Same applies to, where is it? When you go to the community, if you press on get started, there'll be a video in here. I mean, I've just got like some demo text in there at the moment, but that won't be there when you come along, and there'll be like a video in there how to do it instead. And webinars. I'm quite keen to get tenants involved in weekly or monthly or bi-weekly or however often, where we can do like live streaming videos for Q&A, you know, training, brainstorming for the committee. The system allows for like 10 people to participate in a discussion. That's including me and a co-host and 8 other people. They can be whoever, tenants, whoever you want. So potential benefits. Well, I just wanted to say, I hope you don't mind, but I hope you realise, you know, while viewing the community demo, the amount of work I put into it, and this, it should be a sign of commitment and drive to see this whole thing through to a successful conclusion. I don't think I could have done any more to show that while the dementia does limit my capacity in certain areas, I make up for it in many other ways. So that to the actual potential benefits, while creating a community will be relatively easy for me, making it a success will be challenging, which is why I included lots of attractive features. So what are the benefits? Well, from Eastlight's perspective, it should like create happier, healthier tenants. And we can also like gain opinion without actually having to ask for it. Members that post questions and answers and blog posts and all this sort of thing will give us invaluable information about how the tenants feel. Which is another reason why I like propose that Eastlight take like a soft touch approach, because the how do you say it, with very little impact. No, that's not it either. Sorry, I'm having a dementia brain moment. If people don't, well, obviously it's an Eastlight community, but if there's not a lot of Eastlight officials involved in the actual day-to-day activities, the tenants will be more inclined to give like honest opinions, which is what we want really. I mean, we want them to be happy while they're here as well. So um, so obviously with like uh, your reach is like quite wide, isn't it? I remember someone telling me it go from Felixstowe all the way over to like beyond Chelmsford. So that's quite a massive area. So well, we can build like a large scale community throughout East Light's entire portfolio. Um, I also did a quick calculation, and I think I worked out that there'd be like, I don't know, 150,000 like tenants if you include all their like children and everything. Um, so also want to create regular events, and I know the coffee morning like idea is a little basic, but meeting tenants one to one on a regular basis will improve relations. How I'll go about doing that is another thing entirely, but again, once I have a better idea of once we have a better idea how the community's going and who's involved, we might be able to like set up, you know, events in the areas that are popular. So, I think meeting tenants on a one-to-one basis um, is important, which we can do through, the webinars or live streaming, and also meeting up, in a central location. Even if that means like driving to some place where which we can hire or probably get for free in a village hall somewhere. Um, we can actually create like an amazing um, community. To be honest with you, I'm pretty. I mean, I know I haven't even got the role, but I'm quite excited about like building something like this. Um, so yeah, depending on memberships, we can create real life communities and connect tenants through town or location based groups, provide signposting for advice and real life support, um, provide a voice to tenants that have no voice, people with dementia, for example. Having a board member involved will also allow for fast tracking support. That before you go thinking, oh, he's going to be coming to board meetings with like a list of names, of issues that need to be resolved. That's not what I mean. I mean, it would be okay to like champion our cause if it's been overlooked or whatever. Um, I'm not talking about every time there's a board meeting. I'm just saying, like, that option is open there for um, desperate cases. Tenant training, basically having an easy, accessible location for training. We can do whatever the community asks or needs. Um, in, improve tenant relations with regular communications through, live streaming. As I said, this is a live stream. So potential losses. Developing a successful online community is notoriously difficult, but this is normally where there's no existing user base. Each Light already has like thousands of tenants, and I'm hoping that the only loss would be a financial one. But I mean, obviously, I'd say only um, through bated breath, because that's the only loss we don't want, really. Um, Although, as you'll see later on when I get to the budget section, this loss would be minimal, so the outlay and yearly cost are probably a lot less than you think. Uh, That's not to say that failure is an alternative, because, well, it's not an alternative for me. As I said though, the main problem will be getting tenants to use the online community and then developing them to like have more inclusion within the greater Eastlight family. Making it a success. As with all things, I would need interdepartmental support to get the message out there and to encourage participation. We can make a start with new tenants perhaps by providing login details soon after they've moved in. Now, obviously, I would need access to their emails. Is this permissible? I don't even know that. We can also advertise the community through Eastlights magazine and a link via the main website. And then make it as easy as possible for them new members to use the community. So again, we should go back to this. They'll come here straight away and they'll see this. Yeah. When all they do is click on that and it shows them how to register and how to, excuse me, how to start creating content. And I've made a start on this already, but you know, the problem is at the moment it's a rush for me to get all this like done before I have my interview. As I said, that's like 2 weeks away now, so or 10 days or something like that. Obviously, with a more calmer mind. So tenant involvement. While I'm happy to take full responsibility for the management of the online community, with help from the inclusion committee and other departments, its success lies squarely with tenants. As such, I'll need to develop a system of inclusion that rewards tenants for their participation. Another drink, I'm afraid, sorry. So you might be surprised to learn that people are actually happy to become a part of an online community and provide many hours of unpaid support work, being rewarded with a badge or position that makes them stand out from other members. I know it sounds a bit silly, doesn't it? But that's how people are competitive in that way. The software provides this functionality, though I have already had like to test the actual functionality. I've included or incentivized participation with member titles, and just for this like little discussion here, I'll refer to them as experts. For example, we have a member, they join, they create like 500 posts in the repair section, and you know, they've been with us for 6 months, they've created all these posts, they've caused us no problem whatsoever, so they can actually become an expert with partial moderation abilities, not a full mod, but you know, partial. They'll be able to edit people's posts and take out anything that shouldn't be there. Yeah, so consider minor mod permissions for experts, like modifying member posts. Uh, while achieving high numbers will be my primary goal, developing a fully inclusive, welcoming, friendly, and supportive community is my ultimate goal, regardless of sex, race, disability, etc. I want the community to represent a true cross section of the tenants, and, and especially those groups that are underrepresented. That might even mean me, you know, inviting people. I suppose you do like have a list of all the people that occupy a certain group. I can write to those and invite them to become part of the community. My advice, as I keep saying, is that we should go for a very soft approach, soft touch approach, uh, allowing the community and trustworthy tenants, the committee and trustworthy tenants to supervise and provide help and support to new and less experienced customers, with a view to helping them become more experienced by community participation. Discovering trustworthy tenants will happen completely organically by the number and quality of their posts. You know, if someone says, "Well, they'll be immediately obvious," and these are the sort of people we're looking for. Because the stronger the community is, the more likely it is to be successful. Live-based internet events. So my plan to accelerate tenant inclusion also includes live events. So again, the copy more than 8 is okay for folks that don't work, but what about those who do? I don't want to ignore anyone. That would be pretty remiss. So a part of my proposal is, having a strong focus on group participation. So StreamYard is the software I'll be using, and it allows, as I said, 10 people to join in a live recorded discussion about matters related to the community, tenants, and living in an East Light home. In the beginning, this might just be a group discussion on how to use the community, which once the actual recording's completed, we can add it to a forum that will also go in news. What do you call it? It can be embedded into the forums, or it can be embedded into a blog post. So there for future use too. Later on, of course, we can develop discussions about housing or any other issues that community members want to talk about. It's all about them. Same applies to moderator and admin discussions on how to improve the community. The possibilities, are infinite. So moving forward, nearly finished. So it's only been, how long has it been so far? 34 minutes. It's a record. I would strongly suggest using the community software to test its features. As I said, I can extend the demo for a couple of weeks. So we probably have till about the first week of October to evaluate the system. If you'd like administrator access, I've created a little video on that as well, so you can have a look to see what we can do, behind the scenes as well. So the important bit, the budget. As I said, this won't break the bank. I'll need a little bit, a little bit over £1,000 to complete all tasks and have the system up and running with content in under 6 months. So the budget breakdown is £388 for the software. If you go to the blogs and click on proposal and scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see where it says 388 for the software. See here, there's a link there that you can actually click on to, look at InVision. I'll need £370 to pay a developer to brand the community with each like headers, links, and a footer. He's also going to provide the course plugin and give support to me through email. I've arranged for all of this already, so that was a rather lengthy discussion in it on its own. Yeah, so I'm ready to hit the ground running basically. Also, £110 for community hosting. That's an annual price. So we have like a subtotal of £868. But I would also like to buy StreamYard. That's actually £175, which gives us our main total of £1,043. Thereafter, the budget would be £150 a year for the software. So that's once we pay that £388. That's ours, and there's no like big outlay after that. And then 110 a year for the hosting. So a £1,043 initial outlay, and then £260 a year thereafter. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll try to keep it as quick as I can. This is actually the 4th version, believe it or not. I didn't like it enough. I did one at night, so you couldn't actually see me very well. I need to get lighting as well, but one didn't record the sound. Another one, I was using paper notes, and the noise of the rustling was like terrible. So I just scrapped that one as well. So anyway, I'm hoping that this will be the last one. So anyway, thank you for an amazing opportunity. I hopefully, I'll speak to you all soon. Take care and thank you. Bye bye.